The Detroit Pistons offseason is here, and as the team enters a pivotal offseason, speculation has already begun on how the team may change over the course of the next few months. As we await Detroit's president of basketball operations search and a decision on the futures of Troy Weaver and Monty Williams, speculation has peaked on who Detroit could target to improve their roster this summer. According to Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report, the Pistons are viewed by rival NBA executives as a potential dark horse team to land the services of Atlanta Hawks star guard Trae Young. From Pincus, quote, the wild card might be the Detroit Pistons, who need to do something per multiple competing executives. Young is not the kind of point guard Detroit head coach Monty Williams tend to prefer, but conflict can sometimes lead to strange results. End quote. And there's no doubt, Trae Young would be a hell of a get for Detroit. He'd be the biggest star they've acquired since they traded for Blake Griffin in the 2017-18 season. But acquiring Young may not be realistic. He's going to have plenty of suitors. The San Antonio Spurs are going to be trying very hard to add a star alongside rookie phenom Victor Wembanyama this summer, and they are armed with assets to make a move for a player just like Young. That being said, there is another star player who's available, could be available, and may be a more realistic and attainable target for Detroit. That man is Brandon Ingram of the New Orleans Pelicans. As New Orleans fell short to the Lakers in the opening round of the play-in tournament, Ingram was nowhere to be seen on the court down the stretch. Instead, he was glued to the bench, sulking as the rest of his teammates stood and cheered throughout the remainder of the fourth quarter. Ingram struggled in the game, shooting just 4 of 12 from the field, and even after Zion Williamson had to leave late in the game with his own injury, Ingram sat on the bench. Instead, head coach Willie Green utilized a group of wings including Herb Jones, Trey Murphy, and guards Jose Alvarado and Dyson Daniels alongside CJ McCollum and Larry Nance. It was alarming. Ingram wasn't playing great, but he's still a very good player. On the season, he's averaged just under 21 points, just under 6 assists, a little over 5 rebounds, and shot 49% from the field and 35.5% from the three-point line. He's also paid like a good player. The Pelicans really like their young wings in Jones and Murphy. They've already locked up Herb Jones long-term, and Trey Murphy, after they pick up his team option for next season, this summer, will be signed long-term, you'd have to expect. That being said, would the Pelicans look to move off of Ingram to open up more minutes and fully commit to Trey Murphy and Herb Jones? Would the Pelicans value a young scoring-minded guard like Jaden Ivey as CJ McCollum ages? Could Jalen Duren be the long-term fit next to Williamson in the front court as Jonas Valanciunas ages out as well? As Detroit enters a pivotal offseason in which they must put better players around star guard Cade Cunningham, yes, Trae Young should absolutely be considered, but Brandon Ingram may be another name to keep an eye on as well. He'd also make Detroit a hell of a lot better.